Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the penny, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. Did you know there's a single American penny, just 1 cent, that could secretly be worth more than your monthly mortgage, more than your entire savings account, even more than a brand new Tesla? I'm not talking about some ancient coin from the 1800s. I'm talking about a simple copper coin from 1975. That's right, the 1975 Lincoln penny, the kind that most people completely overlook, the kind you might even have sitting quietly in an old proof set, completely untouched, gathering dust somewhere in your home. What makes this penny so special isn't just its age. It's not even the fact that it's part of history. It's what collectors call a hidden gem. A proof coin that was never meant to be spent, never meant to be tossed in a jar, and definitely never meant to be forgotten. The US Mint released a limited number of these proof coins in 1975, designed with razor-sharp details and a mirror-like surface that practically shines like glass. These weren't made for circulation. They were made for collectors. They were placed in sealed government-issued sets and sold quietly to coin enthusiasts. No big headlines, no public frenzy, just small packaging and big potential. Here's the kicker. While most of these coins today might be worth a few bucks, some specific examples, in pristine, untouched, perfect condition, have been professionally graded and auctioned off for absolutely unbelievable prices. I'm talking about pennies that look like they were struck yesterday. No scratches, no blemishes, just pure perfection. And when a 1975 proof penny gets graded at the very top tier, and I mean the highest possible grades, it becomes the kind of coin that makes collectors sweat, makes investors lean in, and makes ordinary people wish they hadn't thrown away their old coin sets. Imagine owning a coin that you never paid attention to, something passed down in your family, something you found in a shoebox in your grandfather's attic, and finding out that it's not worth just a few dollars, but thousands. Not hundreds. Thousands. Cold, hard, real cash. There are collectors out there who will fight tooth and nail in auctions just to get their hands on a flawless 1975 proof penny. The demand is rising. The supply? Practically frozen in time. Which means the value just keeps climbing. And for those who are lucky, or smart, enough to have one of these coins in near perfect condition, the reward is beyond imagination. Because some of these have sold for as little as $2,700. And others? They've reached sky-high figures that don't even sound real for a coin that small. But it is real. Because some of the highest graded, most perfect 1975 proof Lincoln cents have sold for an eye-watering $79,000. Let that sink in. 1 cent. 1 coin. $79,000. So before you pass by that old box of coins again, before you give away that old set of proof coins from the 70s, do yourself a favor. Take a closer look. Pull out that 1975 penny. Don't touch it with your bare fingers. Don't try to clean it. And definitely don't throw it in a drawer and forget about it. Get it looked at. Get it graded. Because it might just be the most valuable thing you own without even realizing it. Coins like this don't come around often. And when they do, they rarely go unnoticed for long. The window to cash in on a treasure like this doesn't stay open forever. So go check. Right now. You never know, you might be sitting on $2,700. Or maybe even $79,000. All in the form of a single, shiny penny. Top 2. What if I told you that a single penny, just one tiny coin, barely weighing more than a paperclip, could secretly be worth more than your car, your credit card limit, or maybe even your entire bank account? Sounds crazy, right? But this isn't some coin from the 1800s or a colonial relic buried underground. This is something much more recent, much more common, and much more valuable than most people could ever imagine. We're talking about the 1989 American penny. Yes, the one with Abraham Lincoln's face, minted right here in the United States. But not just any 1989 penny. This is a specific version pulled directly from a government-issued proof set. A coin that was never meant to circulate. A coin that was designed with precision, crafted with beauty, and sealed away in a protective case, just waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. These proof pennies were struck using a special process. We're talking ultra-detailed, mirror-like surfaces, frosted features, and finishes so flawless they look like works of art under a magnifying glass. You could stare into one of these coins and literally see your own reflection. They were made in small quantities, for collectors only, and never meant to be handled, dropped, or forgotten. But here's where it gets really exciting. Most people have no idea what's hiding in their old coin collections. That 1989 proof penny you've ignored for years, the one sitting quietly in a drawer, a closet, maybe even in your basement, could be worth a fortune if it's the right one. Because while most coins lose value with time, these rare proof coins are climbing higher and higher on collectors' radars. The market is hot, and it's getting hotter. You see, when a 1989 proof penny is professionally graded and found to be in absolutely flawless condition, we're talking the highest grades possible, no scratches, no blemishes, perfect detail, collectors go wild. Auction houses have witnessed bidding wars over these coins. Investors are quietly snapping them up. And ordinary people are cashing in on coins they had no idea were worth anything at all. It's a perfect storm. Low supply, high demand, and soaring values. If your 1989 penny has been sealed inside a proof set since the day it was purchased, untouched, unscratched, and kept in pristine condition, you could be holding something worth far more than 1 cent. You could be holding something that turns heads, breaks records, and changes your financial situation overnight. And the numbers? They're nothing short of jaw-dropping. In recent years, some of these 1989 proof pennies have been valued and sold for as much as $2,700. And that's just the beginning. Because the rarest, highest graded examples, the ones that shine like they were struck just yesterday, have reached prices of up to $74,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin. From a proof set. Made in 1989. Worth as much as $74,000. Now imagine that coin is sitting in your house right now. Imagine the fortune that could be hiding inside an old proof set, forgotten by time but treasured by collectors. That's not just luck. That's life-changing potential, sitting in the palm of your hand. And most people have no idea. So what are you waiting for? Go check your collection. Look for that 1989 proof set. Carefully open it. Find that Lincoln penny. Look at the shine. Look at the detail. And if it looks perfect, and I mean truly perfect, do not touch it with your bare hands. Do not clean it. Do not damage it. Get it professionally graded. Because that little coin could be the key to an unexpected windfall. Sometimes in life, it's not the big things that make the biggest difference. Sometimes it's the smallest. And in this case, a single penny could be the most valuable thing you've ever owned. So whether it's tucked away in a family album, sealed in a collector's case, or hidden in a box you haven't opened in decades, that 1989 proof penny might just be your golden ticket. And if it's the right one, its value could be anywhere from $2,700 all the way up to $74,000. Top 3. There's something sitting in American homes right now that looks completely ordinary, but is secretly worth thousands of dollars. Not a diamond, not a gold bar, not some rare piece of art. No. It's a penny. That's right, just one single American cent, specifically, the 2001 Lincoln penny from a United States mint-proof set. And if you've got the right one, you might be sitting on the most valuable coin you've never paid attention to. Now before you think, come on, it's just a penny. Let me stop you right there. This isn't the kind of penny you find in your change after buying coffee. This is a proof coin, a special edition, a premium strike, a flawless work of miniature art produced by the U.S. Mint for collectors only. In 2001, these proof sets were sold quietly to coin collectors, with no mainstream hype. Just a few thousand people saw their value. But now, that value is exploding. These proof coins were made with a level of detail and craftsmanship that regular circulating coins never had. Using polished dies and specially prepared blanks, The Mint created coins with mirrored fields and frosted details that make Lincoln's portrait look like it's floating off the surface. And here's where it gets really interesting. The 2001 proof pennies that were preserved perfectly, never touched, never scratched, sealed tight in their original cases. Those are now among the most sought-after coins by collectors nationwide. You might be thinking, okay, but how valuable can a coin from 2001 really be? The answer will blow your mind. Every day, people are discovering old proof sets tucked away in closets, basements, storage boxes, passed down from parents or grandparents. Most of them never realize what's sitting right there in front of them. The moment one of these coins is professionally graded and comes back with a top-tier rating, we're talking PR 69 or even the elusive PR 70, its value skyrockets. Collectors know that high-grade proof coins from the early 2000s are hard to find. And the 2001 Lincoln penny, in particular, has become a star among modern proof coins. That's because only a limited number exist in absolute pristine condition. And as demand grows and supply shrink, the price just keeps rising. There have already been auctions where these pennies, yes, just pennies, have sold for more than most people make in a month. Some collectors are chasing after them like rare jewels, offering bigger and bigger bids to secure one for their collection. It's no longer just about the metal. It's about rarity, perfection, and the thrill of owning something that most people overlooked. Now imagine this: that tiny coin sitting quietly in your home, in a proof set from 2001, sealed in plastic, untouched by time, could be worth not just 1 cent, but thousands of dollars. Not a collector's fantasy. Not a scam. Actual, real-world market value. So what should you do? First, go find your 2001 proof set. Look for the penny, that shiny, flawless Lincoln cent. Check the surface. Look at the shine. Is it still sealed? Is it free from any marks or blemishes? If it looks perfect, don't touch it. Don't take it out. Don't try to clean it, because handling it the wrong way could drop its value instantly. Instead, get it looked at by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. If it comes back with a top grade, you'll want to sit down, because the number attached to that coin will not be small. Some of these 2001 proof pennies have already been valued between $2,700 and $66,000. Yes. Let that sink in. A single penny, from the year 2001, can be worth anywhere from $2,700 all the way up to $66,000. That's not an exaggeration. That's not internet hype. That's what collectors are actually paying. That's the real, documented value of a coin that millions of people completely ignore every day. So before you walk past that old coin set again, before you donate a box of junk coins to a thrift store, take a second look. Because the treasure you're looking for might not be buried underground. It might be sitting right there, waiting for you to notice, and all it takes is one perfect penny. Top 4. What if I told you that a single penny, just 1 cent, could secretly be worth more than your entire monthly income, maybe even more than what you paid for your car? Sounds insane, right? But here's the thing, it's real. And it's sitting quietly in homes across America right now, forgotten in old drawers, hidden in family boxes, or tucked away inside an old proof set. We're not talking about some ancient treasure from the 1800s or a rare era coin you'd never recognize. No, this is something much more familiar, the 1964 Lincoln penny. But not just any 1964 penny. This one came from a United States mint proof set. And if you have the right one, you might be holding something worth far more than you could ever imagine. The year 1964 was a big one for U.S. coinage. The mint was pushing out millions of coins for circulation. But at the same time, they produced a small number of special proof coins. These weren't meant to be spent. They weren't meant to jingle in someone's pocket or get tossed into a jar. They were designed with care, polished to perfection, and struck with extraordinary precision for collectors. These proof coins were sealed in protective plastic, packaged in proof sets, and sold to people who loved coins, people who wanted to own a flawless piece of American history. But here's where it gets interesting. Over time, most of these proof sets were opened. Coins were removed, mishandled, stored poorly, some toned, some got scratched, and very, very few remained in perfect condition. And now, after decades of collectors hunting and searching, the 1964 proof penny, in top-tier, untouched condition, has become one of the most valuable modern pennies in existence. It looks like just another shiny copper coin. But if you've got one that has been kept pristine, never touched, never exposed to air, still sealed in its original case, you could be sitting on something that collectors dream of. The reason? It's not just about age. It's about condition. And in the coin world, condition is everything. Now imagine this. You find an old box in your house. Maybe it belonged to your grandfather. You open it. Inside is a 1964 US proof set. You look at the penny, and it shines like a mirror. You can see your reflection in it. No spots. No scratches. Just flawless, perfect copper. That coin, if graded by a professional company like PCGS or NGC, could change your life. Coins that come back with the highest possible grades, PR 69 or even PR 70, are the ones collectors will fight over at auction. And they're doing it right now. You might think, who would pay that kind of money for a penny? The answer? Wealthy collectors. High-end investors. People who understand that rare coins in top condition are appreciating assets. And the 1964 proof Lincoln cent has become one of those assets. It's no longer just a coin. It's a piece of art. A slice of history. A financial opportunity hiding in plain sight. This isn't a rumor. This isn't a fantasy. This is happening. These proof pennies are being sold every year for serious money, the kind of money most people wouldn't believe a penny could bring in. But it's not just about what the coin is made of. It's about what it represents. Rarity. Perfection. Historical value. And above all, demand. When a collector sees that perfect 1964 penny, they're willing to pay big time. So if you've ever come across an old coin set, or if you inherited one, or if you just happen to stumble upon a 1964 proof penny that looks absolutely flawless, don't ignore it. Don't toss it aside. Don't assume it's just a cool keepsake. That little copper coin could be worth more than anything else in the box. And just how much are we talking? Some of these 1964 proof Lincoln pennies, when professionally graded and certified in pristine condition, have sold for as little as $2,700 and as much as $87,000. 1 cent. One proof penny. From 1964. Worth between $2,700 and $87,000. That's not just a fun fact. That's life-changing money. So go look. Dig through those old proof sets. Open up the boxes no one's touched in years. Because while most people walk right past their fortunes, now you know better. And your treasure might be waiting, hidden inside a simple piece of plastic, sealed since 1964, shining like new, and worth more than you ever dreamed. Top 5. Imagine this. You're digging through an old box in your closet. Maybe it belonged to your parents, or maybe it's been sitting there since you moved in. Inside is a plastic case, a little dusty, marked US Mint Proof Set, 1983. You pop it open, not expecting much. Just a few coins, probably worth face value, right? Wrong. Because inside that set, tucked neatly in its slot, is a coin that might look like an ordinary penny, but it's not. It's the 1983 Lincoln cent, and it could be worth more than most people earn in a year. Let that sink in. A 1 cent coin, possibly worth thousands, tens of thousands, even more. And the crazy part? It's real. It's happening right now. Collectors all over the country are on the hunt for this exact coin, the 1983 proof penny, and they're willing to throw serious money at it if it's in the right condition. Now, not every 1983 penny is a gold mine. The ones you find in pocket change, in jars, or lying on the ground? Those are common. But the proof version, the one that came straight from the US Mint in a sealed collector's set, that's where the magic is. These proof coins weren't made for spending. They were struck with specialized dies on specially treated planchets to achieve a flawless, mirror-like finish. The result? Coins that don't just shine, they sparkle. They have razor-sharp details, high contrast, and a finish so clean you can see your reflection in it. But here's the catch. Condition is everything. Most proof coins don't survive the decades without picking up a few imperfections, a scratch, a fingerprint, a tiny blemish. But when a 1983 proof penny remains untouched, sealed in its original packaging, and is later graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC with a score of PR 69 or PR 70, now we're talking about a collector's dream. These are the coins that break records at auctions. These are the coins investors are quietly snatching up. And these are the coins that can turn a regular day into a life-changing moment. Let's talk rarity. Proof sets were made in limited quantities to begin with. But out of all those sets, only a very small number of 1983 proof pennies have survived in truly perfect, investment-grade condition. That's why collectors are aggressively chasing them. These aren't just shiny coins. These are historical artifacts, sealed in time, untouched for over 40 years, and getting more valuable every year. Think about it. Somewhere in America, someone is about to throw away a box of old proof sets. Maybe from an estate sale. Maybe during spring cleaning. And inside that box, there could be a penny worth more than a Rolex. More than a down payment on a house. All because they didn't know what they had. And here's the best part, you might already own it. Maybe it was a gift. Maybe it was handed down. Maybe it's been sitting in a safe, forgotten, for decades. But now, you know what to look for. So what do? Go find that 1983 proof set. Open it carefully. Examine the penny. Look for that deep mirror finish. Check for clean surfaces. If it looks perfect, and I mean absolutely perfect, don't touch it with your fingers. Don't clean it. Don't pop it out of the case. Get it graded professionally. Because if it comes back with a top grade, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a ticket to something incredible. And just how incredible are we talking? Some of these 1983 proof pennies have already been sold and valued between $2,700 and $74,000. Yes. A 1-cent coin. From a proof set. Worth anywhere between $2,700 and $74,000. That's not speculation. That's not hype. That's reality in the world of rare coins, and it's happening right now. So before you ignore that old coin set sitting in your drawer, before you walk past that table at a garage sale, take a second look. Because sometimes, the biggest treasures come in the smallest, most unexpected forms. And this time, it's just one little penny.